I'm live. I think I'm live. Can you hear me? Is my mic on? I'm live. Who's here? Because I got stuff to talk to y'all about. So I think I'll wait just a second for someone to actually get here so I can talk to you about it. Because I want you to be here when I talk about it. Unless this is the replay, in which case, welcome, girl. Welcome to the replay, honey. um, Top of the hour, on time, cameras on, feeling myself, kind of. So I wanted to thank a few people: Stacy Ann, Annabella, Florence, Paula, Miss Wafflecast Studio, Rosanna, CDJ, Allison, and then also Jennifer Rivers. And who else do we have? Janelle McBride, of course, Janelle McBride. Thank you so much for your contributions. These are folks who have either donated on Buy Me a Coffee or on PayPal. So thank you so much. I don't think I've ever done that before. So I wanted to thank you because I see you and I appreciate you. Sometimes I message y'all directly or whatever, but I really appreciate you for supporting the kid. Hi, my name is Wanda. I'm also, I sometimes don't do this. My name is Wanda, and I am the founder of Black Women Travel. That consists of a weekly podcast called Black Women Travel Podcast. It's also a group called Black Women Digital Nomad Entrepreneurs. And we have a conference, and that's coming up in the December 4th, the first week in December, December 4th and 5th, International Black Women Travel Jubilee. And I'm really excited about that. We have some dope speakers that will be there. We have some dope stuff that is happening. So check out the comments. Check out the description, not the comments. Check out the description box and see what's good with that. We're also having an open house tomorrow, November 21st. And what we'll do is some of the events that we do throughout the month anyway, all in one day, so that you get to see what we're all about with Black Women Travel. So we're having a mixer, which is going to be really fun. We're also going to do a session where I talk about like kind of travel one-on-one. So just break it down to the basics of what it means to start your travel journey, how you're figuring out where you're going to live, what you're going to do for money, because a lot of us still have to make that in life. So that's what the session is going to be. And then after that, we're going to have a watch party. And I think we're going to watch Queens because I haven't even watched that yet. So I think that's what we'll watch during the watch party. And then we might do like a little wrap up party where I'll invite everybody back to the group and we'll do like one of the rooms that we do there on Facebook just to talk about what we experienced in the day and like connect in another way. So that is happening tomorrow, November 21st, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you haven't RSVP'd, you need to because we're going to be using several different platforms depending on the piece that we'll be in. So definitely RSVP for that. And hey, Angela. Hey, Sassy Diva. Welcome, welcome. We're going to bring Errol up. So last year we did IBWTJ and it was dope. Errol bought a ticket. So we're going to talk to her about what her life has been like and her experiences and stuff since she attended last year. So Errol, I see you down here. I'm going to bring you up, girlfriend. Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Great. I don't know if you can hear my little one in the background. I tried to shoo him into the other room and he was like, nope, I'm going to be right here with mommy. So,
Right, he does not need to be shooed. Sometimes people be having kids and those kids want to be seen and that is
for
perfectly fine.
real. Yeah. Well, hopefully he stays in his little corner. But it is so nice to see you. I'm so happy you invited me to do this and share my experience. And I can't believe it's been a year. I'm like, what? It was not a year ago. What?
A whole entire
It was
past 365. It's been over a year actually,
yeah,
but yeah.
yeah. I was looking like through my emails. I was like, when did I go to this thing? And I was like, oh my gosh, it was a minute ago. Um, okay, I forgot. You said just talk about the experience.
Yeah, no, it's not anything super formal.
Okay,
We
that's
have
super
we have
formal.
a compliment from Teresa, Miss Sabbatical Life. She's She has a brand now. She's branded Miss Sabbatical Life. Teresa
Okay.
said, love the earrings.
Oh, oh, thank you,
Yeah.
sis.
And Angela said, we love the kids. Heart.
Oh, yeah, you might hear him like banging his knees or his legs on the floor
Not
because
the
he's
knees. And
excited.
not the knees being
Not
noisy.
to be, not to be, just the feet. Maybe the hands too. He's really
Yeah.
interactive like that with some of these YouTube videos. Um, but yeah. So a year ago, the one that really stands
Well,
out.
wait. So, introduce yourself because, like, I
Oh my
didn't. I
gosh.
said your name was Errol, but don't nobody know nothing about you. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess there is
Let's
more to
just
me,
assume
right?
they don't. Yes. So tell people your name.
I
Tell them where you're
forget. I
from. Tell them
forget. I
what you
forget to
about.
do intros. Yeah, gosh, where do I start? I mean, I feel like things have changed so much. Um, so a year ago, I think I would have defined myself as a translator and a blogger. I speak Japanese is my second language, English is my first, and Spanish is my third language. And then I'm working on learning some German. Working on it, but working on it. Yeah, I actually found a tandem partner who speaks Japanese and German. But when we get together, all we do is speak Japanese, and I have to remind her I want to learn some German at some point. She's like, "Yeah, next time." Then we never do it. But yeah, for the past year, I was doing a lot of blogging, and then I dove into some I dove into a marketing coordination role, and I was doing some writing on the side. I was writing about how Black people can embrace a holistic way of learning languages in a way that is a two-way street. You're not just learning about another culture, but you're learning about how to talk about your own culture in another language. Because I remember having to describe someone why I don't wash my son's hair every day in Spanish, and that was an interesting conversation. Talk about, I didn't know the words like moisture, porosity, all that. Like, like how do we translate those words? Where can we find those words? And so I
Not
wrote it.
porosity.
We didn't have to go that far, but being able to have those conversations and then just kind of like diving into, how do you navigate learning a language and wanting to travel as a Black person? And not just that, but like as a woman or as someone who has these different experiences, and how can we make learning a language feel more tailored to who we are and not how other people see language learning, specifically white people. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's a dominated space. But yeah, after the event, I remember doing a lot of soul searching, and one of the big things I got into was financial independence. That was really big. With I'm forgetting, Picky Girl Travels the World.
Yes, Miss Adelia.
Yeah. Her presentation absolutely blew me away. Like, saving is not going to save us. Like, that is still like stuck in my head. And I learned a lot about investing. I was like, I don't do that. I don't know what all that stuff is. I even had a 401k from my last job before I left and I started freelancing. Like, and the money was just sitting there. And she was like, "No, you can invest it." I was like, "No, you just save it like a savings." Like, So that was like, oh my gosh, that just changed my whole perspective on what a future for me looks like financially, not just in terms of, so like the idea of saying I want to go back to Japan someday just feels that much more realistic and practical now that I think of an idea of like how to budget and how a brokerage account can work for me in the next couple of years. And it just makes all that feel, it just adds another dimension of like reality to it. So yeah, sorry. So
that's dope. Adelia's session last year was called "F You Money" and something.
That's
F You Money.
Yeah,
that is dope though. She did bring it home in that kind of way for us, so that's really amazing. Especially like considering Japan is like not, from what I saw. Well, I didn't ever actually make it there, but I was planning to go there. I had a flight booked from there, but it's expensive. So having that kind of knowing how you want to travel and preparing yourself holistically for how you want to travel.
Absolutely.
It's really dope.
Yeah. And there was another presentation about a single mom traveling with
Yeah, that
daughter.
was
I'm
Jade.
forgetting everybody's names. Thank you.
All right.
But it's just so inspirational to see it and to know that it is definitely possible. Someone has done it before. And it's really nice to just have those. I haven't been as active on Instagram as I used to be. Uh-oh. Sorry, he tapped on an ad. He'll navigate his way out of it. He'll figure it out.
Unless you're paying $500, child, you just bought something.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, traveling as because now I am a single mom, and I think about the experiences that I like my son to have as a little kid because I didn't. Talking about, I mean, telling people I've been studying Japanese as a young kid got a lot of interesting reactions. Like, oh, you actually gonna go to Japan? Or like, girl, you better learn Spanish. No one speaks Japanese around here. But the idea of being met with so much, not negativity, but not exactly positivity.
Yeah, not support.
Someone said, don't let them burn their face. One time he almost bought something off
over there. I'm not.
I kid you not. I was like, what are you about to purchase on there? But anyways, I love the idea of just being told like, oh, that's great that you want to do that. You can totally do that. That kind of like inspiration.
Yeah.
Or basically what the event was, given practical steps and ideas to how to achieve that dream. Like it's not just a dream, it's something you can actually do. And it's something that Black women have been doing forever. So it's like, girl, get on in here and learn about it and make it something real. So for me, it felt very fulfilling in that way. Do you want to come up and say hi? You were making
Please do.
Say hello. He's gotten really big since the last time you saw
him.
Konnichiwa. You don't even know.
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
He's shy.
Hola, ¿está bien? No?
You can wave, right? You
¿Cierto o falso?
You say hi. Aren't you a cutie? Right, no, exactly. Okay, sabbatical life hit it on the nose right there. Black people don't do that. Like I got so much of that as a kid, and it's like, okay, maybe the Black people don't do that, and that means you get to know some new Black people in your life.
Maybe
okay?
Black people don't.
And I felt like that was a big part of the event, like learning about the different perspectives out there, and learning that. Again, like, hey, we're out here and we're doing this, and you can too. And like, there's no barrier. There shouldn't be any barriers to it other than you holding yourself back. And I felt that was, or you not having enough those knowledge gaps, right? Like I said, not knowing about investing, not knowing about the different ways I can save up for me. And I just started freelancing that year, so I did have. Some idea of like having a business, but I wasn't really understanding the gravity of it and like what it really meant in long term in terms of building Black generational wealth. I just thought, hey, I'm tired of the 9-to-5. Now I'm back into a 9-to-5, which I actually freaking love. Like, and now I'm learning more about negotiating what I'm actually bringing to these companies. And it's like, you're not just hiring me to, meet your diversity quota. I'm bringing some expertise. Like I'm
a whole human being. I'm not a prop.
Thank you. Yes. Like I am not here for your comfort. Okay. I'm here to help you challenge. I'm here to help you grow because I expect you to do the same for me. And it's just been such, like I said, everything is just, I see it so differently and I have so much gratitude and I feel like I have so much optimism for the future because I know that everything that I'm doing, I've never seen anyone around me do the things that I'm doing, like freelancing and things like that. And coming, like telling my mom about some of the things I'm doing, telling my sister, telling my family about some of the things that I'm doing. They're like, what is that? Oh, what's that all about? And I was like, oh yeah, you've never heard of marketing, advertising, and all that stuff. It's like, it's really cool. And it's like, I'm not, having these growing up, financially insecure does not make you special. Many people grow up that way. And you want to come back up here? Okay. Even growing up with like trauma and having a shitty childhood. I thought that those were things that made me special, and I was wearing that pain like a badge of honor. Like, I've been through this pain and now I'm here. But no, I feel that what makes someone unique, what makes someone really special is like how you take those experiences, how you take that pain, and how you learn to share your story and impact people.
What helped you to realize that that wasn't the case for you? How did you say?
Lots and lots of therapy, girl, and
Yeah.
even a life coach. I was like, am I really a life coach? That's such a white thing. I was like, nope, that's a you. I was like, no, I'm not getting a life coach. I was like, well, that's another thing too. Okay, put the tape down. I actually use that. Can you put the tape down? For me, it was learning that, therapy, going to an event like last year, all that counts as investing in yourself, and you should never stop doing that. You should never stop asking yourself, how can I use this opportunity to grow? Otherwise, you won't learn anything new. You won't learn a lesson, and you stay stagnant, and you stay doing the same toxic, dysfunctional stuff that breeds dysfunction in later generations. And we don't need any more of that. There's already enough of it. We should always be challenging ourselves to do more. And I mean, I knew that before therapy, but I didn't really have the idea of, why does it matter to me? What can I do? There was a lot of just like, what? No. Yes. Yeah. There was a lot of, oh, woe is me. I'm a single mom. I don't know what I'm doing. And, but the more that I learned to turn that into, well, what can I do? What's the solution? What can I do moving forward? How can I change the way that I'm looking at my situation? And it's a lot of work, because it's a lot of thought work, and it's a matter of like rewiring how your brain is perceiving the challenges that come your way. But if you see them as not just challenges, but as opportunities, and you start saying your affirmations every day, all right, not every other day, but you actually say them every day.
And not you using your tools.
He really, okay. I actually use this tape though, so I need you to put it down. Well, I have another ring of it, so. All right. You don't want to get down? You want to stay down? Yeah, you want to go down.
Not the psychological manipulation. You don't want to get down?
All right, you can stay. Warm. It is so hot in this apartment. I feel like the heater or the radiator thing, you either like, it's like from 1 to 5, and I turned it on 3 yesterday, and it was like freezing in here. I'm like, okay, I guess we're just gonna do like a sauna then, and we're gonna have to work it out. But anyways, back to the idea of growth and how you get there. I don't think it's just therapy, because I think it's one thing to go to therapy and to cry and say, oh, I've had all these things happen to me. But it's another thing to actually utilize the tools that a mental health professional can give you. And some of it is not just, yes, the radiators are on blast, and there's no joke.
Please don't listen to them in the comments. They're cutting up over there, by the way. I see y'all. I'm just not paying attention to y'all.
What was mommy saying about growth? Yeah, so then actually, because it's, you realize I realize, at least, I won't speak for anyone else, but it was like those small things, like getting up in the morning and realizing what my very first thought was.
Yeah.
And, in the beginning, it was like, am I doing enough for my son? Am I doing enough for me? Am I always like, am I ready for the day? Did I? Oh, and you are using that tape, huh? You stretched it and everything.
You said you had another roll, mommy.
I know. I said I was good, didn't I? I was flexing. But now, when I get up, it's a matter of reminding myself, you are enough. You are doing enough. Whatever troubles come our way, I got you. I got you. Like, you know what to do. Stop thinking that, stop worrying about the things that you can't control and start focusing on the things that you can. And that's always easier said than done. But I believe it to be true. I think that it's important to focus on, and I also believe that it's important to give yourself, to restore power to your actions and to your emotions. I think it's so easy for me to say things like, oh, I just couldn't control myself. The baby was running amok and I just couldn't control it. I just started yelling, screaming, and it's my fault, or like it's the baby's fault. And then I realized, well, you know what? I am mature enough to know that if there's one thing I can't control, it's my emotions and it's my reactions to things. And if I tell myself that I couldn't control it, or I couldn't do anything, I feel like I'm stripping myself of the power that I have to control my emotions and to control my reactions. So when I start telling myself, and I'm not perfect, like that, sometimes homegirl will lose it, but it's after the fact telling myself, why did I react that way? Where is this coming from? I know it's not the other person. It's how I'm interpreting this other person's reactions. Where is that coming from? Why did I feel that way? And what can I do better in the future? And it seems kind of like a weird timeout. Like, I'm an adult. I don't need timeout. Like, nope, I still need them. I still have to like walk away from people, let them know, like, hey, I'm just gonna go do something right quick. I'll be right back. Take a breather, look at something like a cat video to make me laugh, come back to and center myself and say, okay, here's what we're not gonna do. And here's what exactly, having that toolkit. Not long after the event, I did hire a business coach because I felt like I wanted to really see where I was going. And one thing that I realized was that a business coach is not going to tell you exactly everything that you need to do. Much like a therapist, they're going to give you oh, did Wanda disappear?
I'm still here. I just want to see this.
I heard the windows are changing.
Sorry, girl.
No, you're fine. What are you talking about? Do you want to say something? Oh, it's okay. Much like a therapist, they're gonna give you advice. They're gonna give you suggestions. They'll help you with understanding what it is, what your purpose wants to be, the audience you want to serve. Chris, are you hungry? Oh, your cookies are right there too. All right, okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna put a pin in that. I'm gonna get you your cookies. But it's a matter of knowing that you're still steering the ship. Like, this person is going to help you navigate some of the challenges, but the whole point of starting your business is so you do exactly what you want to do, not so that you can bring someone in and they can tell you, yeah, do this, do that. Like, no, I might as well just go get a job and work for somebody if I wanted someone telling me everything. So I feel like in the last year, I've really made an effort to balance that, to understand what it means to be an asset to a company while still doing my own thing at the same time, and understanding that, yes, I play an important role at my job. I don't think I mentioned this. I did say I'm a blogger, but I got into copywriting, which is kind of like blogging, but sometimes you do more things like writing websites and brochures. And I didn't think it was that interesting until I got my first 4-figure paycheck. And I was like, okay, let's do it again then. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. Which I did, and I invested in my son's college savings account, which was such a badass feeling.
Come on.
It was really, really cool to know that, to like see that much money and know that, okay, I know exactly what I want to do with this. It's not just, oh my God, I have all this money and I'm going to blow it on this. I'm going to blow it on that. There's a pathway. Yes, 529 all the way. Homeboy going to make it, right? You ain't going to have student loans like mommy. That's the goal, girl. I want you to graduate as debt-free as possible.
Come on.
Loans don't play. And yeah, so just like balancing. So what does a side hustle mean to me? And, what does it mean for my future, my child's future? And then also for me, I felt that this year was a lot about redefining parenting for myself and my, okay, can I have screen time too? And my expectations around parenting. So one thing that really was a real challenge at the beginning of the year was my son. Oh, sorry, I got a candle going. I should have known better.
Not the peaceful. Not the peaceful YouTube.
So good. I just wanted to
come on.
Really trying to put the tape on the candle. No, we don't need. We're not trying to get the fire department out here. So my son,
right now. Maybe later.
Maybe later we can throw a fire department fire. We can get firefighters over here later. I actually write copy for a protective wear company. That's one of our clients at the marketing agency I'm with. And we actually write a lot about like the kind of stuff that firefighters have to wear and stuff like that. And one thing that I really learned as a writer and advertising and copywriter, balancing puns, like people only want to see stuff like "you're on fire" so many times before the creative director is like, "Yeah, can we tone it down a bit?"
Oh, okay.
You know, it's been a learning experience, but it's a lot of fun, and you learn about so many like industries out there. It's like, what, people make money out of this? I'm like, oh, they sure do, and they paying your bills, so keep writing.
Right.
Well, yeah, so Chris, he wasn't talking that much. He's gotten a little better with speech therapy, but I learned that he's showing signs of autism, and it started this whole what do you call it? This process of all these intake meetings and all this, you know, he's got to go to this and that, and people asking him questions. And so I've kind of gotten used to just people like saying hello or hi to him and him not responding. And I'm just like, I'm gonna let you figure out what's going on, because I just think it's really weird to impose myself whatever interaction and be like, don't talk to him, he has autism. It's like, no, I mean, I think he still has every right to play and just interact with people. And the wonderful thing is there are so many nice people out there in the world, and I have to remind myself that that some people will get it right away, and some people will figure it out eventually. And little kids, they really like him. Like, girl, he is popular. Like, he doesn't say a word, and yet he's got so many friends at daycare. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna let him do his thing. Like, okay, that's good. That shows I'm doing a good job, right? But I had to revisit a lot of expectations that I had around what the first 3 years of his life was going to look like, and how much more work we were going to need to go into helping him being able to communicate and request things like cookie, water, sprinkles. He loves that word. He didn't catch on this time. And then doing that as a single parent was super difficult. We were talking about this, but I was married when I went to the event. And I was in a marriage that was very just like, it sucked. It was not a good marriage. And I was very much alone in it. And I was listening to this podcast the other day that's like, why do people talk about being afraid of being alone? You do realize that when you're in a relationship where you're just not on the same page with the other person, you are alone. Like, you technically are alone. You may not be alone physically, but you are alone in the things that you want to do. But yeah, for me, it was coming to the realization that as I started getting more into financial independence and trying to get my husband to understand the benefits of it, also on top of him not even want to have conversations about Black Lives Matter, despite his son clearly being Black, I was just kind of like, there's some red flags here. I feel like we cannot keep going on like this.
They don't know what race your husband ex.
Oh, he's from Mexico. Yep, he's Mexican. Which is, I mean, it's so frustrating to try to have a conversation with him. Like I was saying earlier, having holistic approaches to language learning and trying to translate terms into Spanish and have those conversations with him were just so increasingly difficult. Yeah, and I started to believe. I'm in the U.S., Sassy Diva. Sorry, I just saw that question.
We're gonna get to all your questions. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm in Minnesota. It's super cold now, and it was. I remember it was a beautiful Easter Sunday when we separated. I had just got my new job, and I was like, I'm gonna start May 1st, or it was like I was gonna start like April. When was Easter? The day after Easter. It was gonna be that day. And I remember I said, well, since I'm gonna start my new job tomorrow, Monday, and it's Easter Sunday, I want to take this day to relax. So, you can look after the baby and I'll just chill, maybe have some wine. And he said, no, it's my day. And I was like, how is it your day? Did you get a new job? Are you taking us out of poverty?
How is this your day? Because I already decided in my heart and in my mind that was my day.
So the disconnect was just so freaking bad that he was just like, you know what? I can't take this anymore. I'm gone. He just like left. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm bringing the baby with work to me tomorrow. And I did. I brought little Chris with me. And we filled out the paper. It was just, thankfully, it was just filling out paperwork with HR. And I remember the HR lady, she got out the ukulele and was playing it and was helping keep. Oh, now you gonna walk
Entertain.
away?
Oh,
Oh,
he's done with us.
yeah,
Oh,
he,
he's
oh, you took my
finished.
mouse though. You want the mouse and the tape? All right, well, took my
Good
mouse
luck.
and my tape.
R.I.P. to your mouse. Sorry about that
RIP to it.
already.
Yeah, that's my work mouse. I gotta get it back. But I remember being around, and like I still feel this way about my coworkers when you're around, and then I'm sure a lot of couples divorced after quarantine because it was like, wait, we gotta stay together for how long? It was like, oh man, work was my way of getting away from you, and now
I gotta live with you
yeah, I was like,
and
wait,
not around you.
I gotta be with you like all day. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't even like you. I don't even know you. Like, it was really like that, girl. It was a mess. But I realized that after we separated, I was really like, one, I was really scared financially. I was like, okay, now I gotta find daycare for a special needs kid. I don't how much money it's gonna be. It's just me now, like rent. And then eventually I was like, oh my God, it is just me now. I got the car, I got the place. I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I think I feel like that's when all the fun really started, when I just realized that I'm in such a better place. I'm around people that I can actually consider my community, and I don't have to deal with janky people anymore. Like, oh, I was like, oh, blessed, 100%. I will say though, what was that?
We have to pause for the cause. We have to because we got to parse through. We got to parse through what's happening there. Okay, so met you last year. Boom. Came to the event. You were super excited about two topics specifically. Adelia, Miss Picky, what is it? Picky Girl
Black Girl
Travel.
says where?
She had the session FU Money, what is it, why you need it, and how to get it. And then there was also Jade, and Jade taught how to earn money online and travel with your child. Right. So you said that those are the two that stood out for you. After that, you got yourself a business coach. After that, you got yourself a divorce. After that, you were freelance writing. You also have a full-time job now, which you are happy in. You have been learning what it means to connect with people who are like yourself, which was really important, but you also got therapy. Yeah. So you felt like you were alone in your experience of wanting something different, of being a linguista. Is that
yeah.
being linguistical? And wanting something different for yourself. You were also very interested in what it meant to have generational wealth and so forth. And so then you also, what was the next thing after that? You've just been living your life, really.
Yeah.
So you've been using your tools.
I did get the life coach. I did
the life coach.
And
in addition to therapy.
I knew when it was time to end things with the life coach because I keep a budget every month, and I was like, She's super sweet though, so it was a good goodbye. And if anything, I'll probably be working with her again. But yeah, I'm glad I took on some good money habits, because back then I just would have been like, I need help in everything. I'll hire anybody and everybody. But I was like, oh nope, this is what my budget says I can do. And yeah.
Well, balance, because both, right?
Right.
Sometimes you need what you need, but sometimes the budget also dictates what you can afford. And I mean, what you need.
It's different now, because I remember with dual incomes, a lot of risks that I took, even it's like walking away from my job. I knew that I could come back and I'm like, okay, well, hubby will work. But then I realized that, okay, now that it's just me, I have to take more. I mean, is there such a thing as a careful risk, right? But
there's a calculated risk. There's a risk that you have prepared for, right?
Absolutely. Yep. And so now it's just being more conscious, and one, just knowing that I have my back and I've got my
come on.
And
that part.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just, I remember my therapist telling me, Errol, everything that you need, you got it. You shouldn't be looking for it in somebody else. You want to have fun? Girl, get out some wine and binge watch that new season of Insecure. Like, oh my God. You need
So, but
sit
aside,
down.
and that's the part of your story that really struck me too. Is like, so you got the therapist and the life coach. You also had the business coach. It seemed like you were pouring into yourself, which maybe helped you to move away from a relationship that was no longer serving you,
Yes,
which
girl.
also helped you to step into to more fulfillment holistically. So you're
Yeah.
making money how you want to make money. You're dreaming how you want to dream. I think at some point when we talked, you were like, I'm trying to move, but like I don't really know what that looked like, with my son
Yeah.
and so forth. Also, of course, navigating that situation, not situation, but life circumstance with
Right.
your
I
and
do.
what he's experiencing and how you're experiencing life with him through what he's experiencing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of that. And that's really amazing. And then connecting with community on top of that. So connecting with other linguists, connecting with people who are interested in financial independence, connecting with people who are interested in a travel lifestyle like that. So I love that. That's the line that I see that's happening. You grounding down into yourself, loving on yourself, figuring out what it is you want, and then also connecting with
Oh,
other people who are the same thing. That's so dope. And then, that's like a year. Like that's a lot in a year.
yeah, thinking about it is just like wild to think about all that growth, and it makes me so excited for the future because I know there's just so much more that can happen, and so much more compounding that my money is gonna do. So
Come on. There's something that's just like, I'm sorry, what'd you say to me? Because I got money in the bank. Money is in the bank.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right.
the other day I was at Sam's Club, and somehow my kid had took off his boots and was running around, and this guy staring at us, and I was like, "You don't pay my bills. Why are you looking this way?" Oh, he wanted to take his boots off and run around. I'm gonna chase after
The
him.
fur, the fur wasn't giving what they're supposed to give, so they needed to come off at this time and point.
Yeah, I'm like,
They
"You
will
never
go
seen
back
a
on
baby
when
boot?"
they mind
Yeah,
your
girl.
business.
Yeah.
Okay, so Teresa said, "Go ahead, my polyglot sister, Konichiwa, Teresa B." We don't really. Teresa's in France, and she just
Okay. I
you
know
can't
that's
tell her
right.
nothing these days. She used to come on as her account, but now she's coming on as sabbatical life. So I'll go check her website out. She got her website up. She got her YouTube popping now. Um, oh, so by the way, you don't know this, but I just got a haircut. It's my first haircut in Albania. So they just in there talking about my hair. I don't
It's
know that I'll get
beautiful.
another one. No,
I love it. I just
no,
love black hair, period.
My afro is doing what it needs to do, but it's all kind of
What?
linked. It's all kind of
Mm,
linked when you go like
okay.
that through it. So I just have
Okay.
to pat it down real.
Oh,
It's fine. It'll grow.
yeah.
It's fine. But I'm happy to have some of the length gone. Um, Rosanna said yes to financial independence.
Yes. Yes. It's a
You're making
movement
money.
everybody should be a part of, honestly. Honestly. Yeah.
Terrible. Rosanna also said, I'm so happy her son gets to have so many different experiences at a young age. It makes them flexible as an adult.
Yeah. I can't remember my life. I think my life coach told me this, but she said, you have this wonderful opportunity to create a more confident individual, more confident than you could ever imagine. Like you have that opportunity, and it is a blessing that I think of every time I wake up. Like,
That's cute. That's wonderful. But you also get to be a more confident individual. You get to give
absolutely.
yourself that. Like, that's cute. We love that. We love that. He gonna have his own stuff. We all have our own stuff.
He
Like,
gonna have his own stuff. That's
you're
right.
not gonna be perfect. I'm sorry to tell you. He's gonna have his own stuff he got to get through as a human being in the world. So I'm glad he gets a chance to get some of that. But I'm also glad that you, while you're still alive and breathing and whatever,
Absolutely.
have an
Yes.
opportunity to give yourself some of the love, some of the affirmations, some of the feelings of wholeness, like whatever it is that you need as a person, which we all need as
Yes.
people.
We all need that. Absolutely.
Speaking of which, Teresa said we really need to support each other more. There should be no such thing as Black people don't do that. I think she was talking about back when,
Hey.
yeah.
Yeah, learning languages, traveling, doing things, period.
And then he got a fan club now, so y'all back up. Y'all back up a little bit. Angela said amen to growth. And then we did have some questions for you, Miss Errol. So a
All
lot of
right.
folks was asking where you are. And you already said Minnesota.
Yep, I'm in
Um,
Minnesota. I'm in this tiny suburb called New Brighton. I didn't realize it was not Minneapolis till I tried to vote to abolish the police, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're ready to vote for the." They were like some educational person for New Brighton. I said, "No, I'm here to abolish the police in Minneapolis. I'm not here to vote no educational congressperson for New Brighton." They're like, "Well, you live in New Brighton, so it's like, damn, I was ready."
Not finding out when you go to vote though. With Miss Sassy Diva, she said the idea that you or the practice that you shared, the first thought you think when you wake up. She said
Yeah,
that really hit with her. So a couple of the ladies in the chat was talking about
I'm glad
that.
it did.
Um, Rosanna said that's the difference between coaches and strategists. One helps you to explore, the other
Yes,
gives you the roadmap.
that's right.
Um, and Teresa said, it sounds like you really got a lot out of last year's event and you're really centered. What would you say? Here she goes. What would you say is the before you versus where you are today? What did you go in wanting to gain?
Wow, that's a deep question.
She took it there.
I feel like the before me was like season 4 Molly.
Ooh, ooh,
Couldn't let anything go. Saw a problem with everybody and was just picking the fights.
but
Okay.
herself.
Right,
Sorry.
exactly. Just was afraid to look in the mirror, was forcing herself to have conversations with people to be like, see, I'm doing it, I'm trying, but wasn't really doing like I remember at some point Molly was telling Andrew, sorry if any spoilers, like, I'll do it, I'll go to therapy, I'll do all this, but it's like that's not the point. Because you can go to therapy, you can do those things and still not be doing the work. So, I felt that before me was very superficial and was honestly just trying to get some eyeballs on my work and people and validation. And was just trying to be like, look, I'm doing it. I'm awesome, right? And the now me is like, I know I'm awesome. I don't need you to tell me. Like, I'm good. Like, hello, you're awesome too. And we can all be awesome. We can be ourselves. And, to me, a fun night for me can sometimes just be chilling with the baby and playing with blocks. And if I'm ready to go out and go somewhere, I'll plan with the sitter. But, it doesn't have to be, not every moment needs to be Instagram worthy in my life. Like I can have these boring, happy moments and just enjoy the monotony and understand that there are a lot of liberties and freedoms that I have now that I did not have in my marriage. Like being able to use my car. Like my husband would have the car like almost all day, and if I were ever to use it, he literally had like me on like a, what do you call it? Like he was tracking time. Like, why were you at Target for 20 minutes when you should have just taken me 12? Like, it was that bad. And now it's like, I can be at Target all day if I want to. I do what I want. Like, it's my life. And so I feel like to me now is just really focusing on appreciating those little freedoms and those little things. Like being stuck in traffic last night, I was like, look at me, I get to be stuck in traffic. Remember when
And
I
I had to explain it.
I couldn't even use my own car? I get to listen to my music, my podcast. I'm here with my little guy. We're jamming to some, some Peppa Pig songs and all that. So it's like Peppa Pig, and
I didn't know Peppa Pig slapped like that, but okay. Maybe I need to go check the record out.
Yeah, they have all kind of trap remixes to kids stuff. It is funny, and I will tell you that there is not a shortage of creativity on YouTube, and it's borderline just funny. But yeah, I feel like the me now really appreciates those little freedoms, and I think I went into that wanting freedom, realizing that like help, I feel caged by these really bad habits, by other people's expectations. I want my freedom back. Because I remember, and I don't think my business coach told me this was someone that I connected with in a Facebook group for Black authors. She said, remember the woman who walked away from her job, what you were feeling. I remember what I was feeling when I walked away from my job a couple of years ago. One, I was angry, but there was a part of me that said, I don't deserve this. I know that I deserve more, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to find what is going to fulfill me and to surround myself with people who understand the kind of experiences that I want out of them and out of life. And so I felt that, and sometimes I think about it, like, yes, my husband, he did storm out of the apartment and stormed out with his things, and left. But I left him, okay, because I didn't let him come back. And taking his name off of my accounts was the best thing ever. Phone bill went down like more than half. I remember T-Mobile was like, "Are you sure you want to take his name off?" And I was like, "Yes, and I would like to get Netflix for free. Thank you." And I was like, that was so easy. Why didn't I do it before? And like closing those joint bank accounts, because he was, I listened to an episode of I listened to this financial independence podcast called Yo Quiero Dinero. It's I Want Money in Spanish, because we all about that. And they were talking about financial abuse that happens, and how in some relationships, maybe some of the relationship isn't really good with money and it's dragging both of y'all down. But yeah, he was like that. He was sending a lot of money home to Mexico, willy-nilly, and just didn't want to financially plan anything, but would go like, "I'm going to inherit this, I want to inherit that." Baby, you're not going to inherit nothing, because I'm taking your name off of all my stuff. And whatever my baby is going to inherit, I'm going to be looking over it, and you're not going to have a say in it, because you don't know how to plan anything. So, I mean, all of that is just like the freedom to be able to have a say in that and not feel like I need your permission, I need your validation, I need your help. Like, look, because if I want help finding help, I know how to seek it, right? I got my own therapist. I went and found the right daycare for my son, and they've given me all the help that I need. It shouldn't feel like, oh my God, I need your help so much, and I need your validation, and I need you to help me through this, because I'm more than capable of doing that myself. And that's something else that I learned. I wasn't going in seeking self-confidence. I really was seeking freedom, because I literally felt like, I had like stomach pains every day. Like my marriage, it was toxic. It was like, ooh, it's like gross. But I felt that like more self-confidence and like believing in myself and understanding that I'm whole already. Like, if new boo comes into my life, great. But new boo just makes a wonderful thing even better. It shouldn't be like the change all. Like another person shouldn't add more value to my life in that way. Maybe add more fun, more jokes and all that, but
they got some more money too, though.
That's true. But I feel like I went in learning how to give myself more credit and how to understand more of like, you got here because of you. Like, that's right. Yeah, people did make recommendations. People did this and that, and they gave you the tools. But you walked through the door, they opened it, but you have to walk through it. Don't forget that. Like, don't forget that. You actually have to go through it. People were telling you, go this way, go that way. Or here's a map. Here's some water. Yeah, but you actually have to like do it. And I feel like, and I still have to remember to give myself that kind of credit, like signing up for going to different events, all of those opportunities. There will never be a shortage of that, but it's you that clicks on that button, that signs up, that makes that credit card transaction, all of that, like that processes the payment. That's you that does that, and you need that credit. And so I'm still learning how to give myself more credit. I bought cabinet locks because homeboy likes to get in my cabinets, and and today I finally learned how to attach them properly. And I was like, see, look at that, Mom. You saw a problem and you didn't just sit there and cry and say, oh my God, my baby got to my pots and pans. Like, no, you said there's a solution for this, and I'm gonna learn how to make it work. And now little man can't open the cabinet. And I'm like, see, Mama, you did it.
Bloop, you blocked.
You blocked, all right? No more pots and pans for you.
You just sound so empowered. You just sound so like you're just like what you were just saying. You're using the tools that you've been given. You're using the tools that you sought out, right? So you were looking for that.
That's right.
Found that, used what you got, and have been able to experience more of what you want to experience in life.
Yep. I don't know if I mentioned this. I probably should have mentioned this. But no, I did mention I speak Japanese. I've been to Japan twice. The first time I went there, it was through a speech contest that I won. I didn't realize that there were taxes on the ticket. So I think the ticket itself was like $1,200. This is like 2013 or something. So I don't know what money is now. I know, but the inflation, I can't account for all that. I ain't doing that math. But the taxes on the ticket ended up being like $600, and that was how much money I had saved up to use in Japan. So I went to Japan. When I checked into the hostel, I checked in with a negative balance because I didn't have enough money to cover the hostel fees. But I was so fortunate because through a previous speech contest, after I didn't win, but someone came up to me and handed me his business card and was like, "I have a home in Japan." I was like, "Okay, good for you, bye." And I was about to rip up his card, and I remember my Japanese teacher. She said, "Errol, don't do that. When someone gives you their card, their business card, you need to hold on to that. Okay, that's special." I said, "Okay, whatever." I held on to that card because it took me like 2-3 years to win a contest, and when I finally did, I said, "Let me hit him up because I ain't got no money." And I was like, "Yeah, I have your business card, and you said you have a house in Japan. What's up? What's going on?" And some of my friends were like, "Is he married? Like, what's going on? Like, this sounds really sketchy." Yes, he turned out to be married, and he had a family and everything. But I didn't know that when I first met him though. And he literally took me like all around Tokyo, and he didn't try nothing funny. He was super. No, it was omotenashi. That's a Japanese word for like hospitality. Chris, Mama's talking. So, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but it made me realize how expensive Japan is and how expensive traveling is. But I was very, very fortunate. Also, I was single, so I used Tinder like the second week. And girl, I was going out on dates like every night. Girl, I was going to karaoke bars.
Konnichiwa.
But girl, they got some cute guys in Japan, like some cute ones. And oh my gosh, they're so nice. They paid for my drinks. I didn't have to put out. It was great. I loved it.
Okay, Errol. I'm gonna have to rein you back. Maybe they want to know. I don't.
The second time though, it was to study abroad, and I had money. I had like scholarships and stuff, but it was school abroad, and it was very boring, and I didn't like it. And all of that, yeah, it was really frustrating because I wanted to travel more, but I feel like, oh, I got this assignment. Do I have this test? I say all that to say,
yeah.
I did connect with a single mom who does marketing, and she actually went to Japan through the JET program. I think that's a program where you can teach English or you can do like some translation, interpretation stuff for the government as a single mom with her kid. And apparently Japan pays like a procreation something, like it's basically like, thank you for having a child. We'll give you money every month. I've never heard of it. I had no clue about that.
Well, I mean, isn't there like that? The U.S. does the same. Like you get to count your children as dependents. Yeah,
right. That's basically it. Which goes into his 529. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is not sponsored by 529, y'all. So.
But it's definitely been something in the back of my mind to like go back to Japan, because when I was in Japan, a lot of that. And I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know if you watched Saturday Night Live. They had this really funny sketch where they were making fun of this guy that does like these tours to Italy, and he was like, "I just want to let you know, if you are depressed now, when you go to Italy, you will still be depressed." And that thing about traveling, like wherever you go, there you are. And if you're not used to talking to yourself and you don't have a relationship with yourself, going to the beach ain't gonna fix that.
Right, you're just gonna be crying at the beach.
You're gonna be sad.
You're just gonna be talking back to yourself at the beach.
Yeah, and then the inner dialogue does not change when you get off the plane, or even when
it sure doesn't.
So I feel that when I was in Japan, I had when I was in Japan. I didn't have a lot of that freedom with me. And I carried a lot of pain. I carried a lot of seeking validation from people. Like, oh, look, I won these speech contests. I can speak this language super fluently. Look at me, like validate me. And, when I didn't get it, I was like, oh no, did I fail in some way? Should I try harder? Should I eat less? Should I work out more? Like, what do I have to do to get attention? And I just think that I feel like I would be able to enjoy Japan so much more with where I am now emotionally. Yeah. And especially with my baby, oh my God, we're going to tear it up. We're going to be doing everything. Like, I love the idea of being able to go to Japan again with my son. I wanted to go for the Olympics, but darn it, COVID, you ruined everything.
They had the 2020 Olympics in 2021 and like didn't change the branding.
Yep. I saw that and I was like, what? We time traveling now?
Sassy Diva said, what were the first steps you took after last year's event?
I remember I signed up. I signed up for a session with Adelia. It was Ask Adelia, and she was we had, I think it was like an hour and a half session where she literally walked me through how to invest. Like she answered all my questions and then some and gave me like exact steps. And then she introduced me to all these financial independent groups. And then I joined a lot of Facebook groups about Black women traveling. I just remember wanting to, because you kind of have that high when you're coming off the event. And I remember just trying to like take advantage of it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like I want to keep going while that steam is still like chugging along, and I don't want to forget it. I joined so many Facebook groups. Some I've actually forgotten.
That happens.
And I've been a little inactive on social media lately, but I remember at the time I joined so many things, and I remember I had so many questions, and it was so eye-opening. I downloaded so many ebooks about budgeting and things like that, and it was all worth it. I think one site that she mentioned to me that I still use to this day is called Clever Girl Finance. It's Black. I think it's Black owned, and it's Black ran, and it has a lot of really cool resources for financial independence. And like I still use their budget sheets, and so I'm old school. I use Excel spreadsheets for all my bookkeeping and everything. But yeah, talking to her, that was one of the very first things I did after that. And then I also signed up for, I can't remember if this was before or after, but I also went to the Sisters Only Language Summit. It's an event it's an event for Black women that love languages, and we get together, and it is so much
language fun. It up.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, we had this one girl, she had studied abroad in France, and I think I don't know if she studied to become a sommelier or if she had become one, but girl, we were sipping wine and talking about wine and French, and that was fun. I wonder what the next one is.
I gotta go back there. Teresa said, you had said before, everything you need, you've got. Which your life coach was affirming in you. So that's really dope.
It is. Yep.
Sassy Diva said, you've been through a whole lot. Be proud.
Yep. And I was
you said if you need,
whenever you know that you need something more, you know who to ask. You know where to go. You know what to do. Google is right here.
Right here.
One of the scariest things I remember after me and my husband separated, I tried to do co-parenting. Like I really did, because that's how I grew up. Like my mom and my dad weren't together even when I was born, but they co-parented till the day he passed. And I'm so glad that I witnessed that as a kid, because I knew when homeboy was acting up, like, this was not what my daddy was doing. If that baby was sick, he was like, come get this baby. He's your responsibility. Like, okay, you can't just hang out with a baby to go to the mall and go to the park, and then as soon as the baby starts crying and gets sick, you're like, like, okay, you're the baby's father, not the baby's uncle, unless
or the babysitter.
Like, okay, you're actually the baby's like father, like whole father, and you need to take him to like urgent care and stuff too. Yeah, but he got constant ear infections. I didn't know at first. He also caught something called hand, foot, mouth. Have you heard of that?
I do, but I thought that was
you get like these bumps everywhere.
British white people.
I thought he had an allergic reaction to Halloween candy or something. That's why I was like, oh, it's just an allergic reaction. I took him to the doctor and like, no, it's Coxsackie's hand, foot, mouth. Give him this medicine. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'm learning. Yeah. But I remember we were at the clinic after he had 3 ear infections. I took him to the clinic, and I remember I was almost in tears. I was like, please give me a referral to an ENT, to an ear, nose, throat doctor, because if he has another one, like, it's just me. I have to work from home with him, and work from home with a baby is basically just being at home and pretending to tap on your computer, because it's impossible. And I remember the doctor was like, it was like, I can't give you a referral. And I remember going to my therapist and being like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. The baby's going to get sick again. This is going to happen. I'm going to lose my job. I'm not going to be a good worker. And I remember she said, can't you Google a new clinic? And I was like, what? She's like, you can Google a new clinic? No. Why would I dare? She's like, also, you live in New Brighton, and East St. Paul is like 20, that's a 40-minute ride back. There should be a clinic down the street from you. And I was like, well, I'll Google it, but I don't know. Girl, I Googled it. Google was like, yeah, there's a clinic down the street from you. And I was
like, just walk next door. And you're like, next door?
So I go to the new clinic, I get a new doctor, and he's like, yeah, I can write you a referral. And now homeboy's going to get some tubes in his ears to help drain the fluid or whatever. But
oh, that's good.
I was telling my sister this morning, oftentimes those kind of things, it's just a matter of understanding that, yes, you have the power to change it. You can tell the doctor, oh, you ain't gonna give me a referral? Okay, well, it's time to change doctors.
Can you note that in my records? Because that's the new thing that Black women have to do all the time now. Put it in my record that I asked for this and you didn't give it to me. So that everybody knows that you're incompetent and racist.
Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of being an advocate. Well, one, I know I have to be an advocate for my child, for one, right? But then there's also the matter of you will never stop needing to stick up for yourself. Even if it's just telling someone at the grocery store, hey, I actually run this up twice. Can you remove it? And this is something I was overcoming with my life coach too, that she was telling me every session, Errol, maybe you felt this as a child because you were raised by a single mom. Your father passed away when you were young and she was overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. But you're not a burden. Like, you have needs that you shouldn't be judging. You have emotional needs that you probably didn't get fulfilled as a child. But now as an adult, you can find a better way to fulfill those needs, and not through another man, not through, drinking, not through unhealthy things, but in a healthy way. So you can show your son that, look, this is what it means to be whole. This is what it means to know that you have everything that you need. And it's a never-ending journey. It's a never-ending process. I mean, even my own boss has told me several times when we're writing, he's like, Errol, I know you're waiting for client feedback to kind of decide whether or not your writing is good. It's like, but you know that your writing is good before the client even sees it. Like, oftentimes we get projects out the door like that and the client won't even say thank you. Like, oh yeah, thanks for getting all those Black Friday emails. They're like, no, just be like, okay, we gotta launch it. We gotta put it out there. It's like, you have to know in your heart that, look, I'm important. I did something very important. I'm part of this process and I matter. And they could have picked someone else, but they picked me. And I'm about to do this job, and I'm going to do it good. Because I write words goodly.
I write words gooder than I had ever written them when I had wrote them the last time. Rosanna is ridiculous, as we know. She said, I'd rather be sat at the beach than sat in ATL, though.
I mean, if you had to choose. And sometimes it's like, for me, I know some days I wake up and I just know that the cloud is coming. And it's like, okay, I remember my life coach was also telling me, you can choose positivity, right? When she told me that, I was like, nuh-uh, because I feel bad. And so I have to feel bad. She's like, no, you can literally choose to not feel bad. I was like, tell me about this witchcraft. She's like, yeah. What do you mean I can choose to feel better? What are you talking about?
Tell me about this witchcraft.
It's just like make a list of the things that make you happy. It's like, okay, well, watching Insecure, 1. Like 2, watching YouTube. I love watching random cat videos because cats are just like unique.
Don't say that. Rosanna gonna come back through the comments. Here she come.
And I just can't stop watching them. But I noticed that as I'm making the list, like, I already start to feel lighter. I already feel this smile come on my face because it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many awesome things out there to look forward to. And I'm over here worried about, oh, am I going to have enough gas when I get in the car? Am I going to have time to go fill it up? Or, oh my gosh, is the baby going to whine when I put him in his car seat? And it's like, why are you worried about that? If the baby cries, soothe him. He got toys. You know what to do. If you don't have enough gas, okay, go get gas. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, and keep track when you're low and stay on top of that because you're an adult now and you need to be doing those kind of things. And this morning too, it was trying to come at me. It was like, oh, the baby had all the toys on the kitchen floor again. And what if you step on something? And what if you don't know how to put the cabinet lock on the thing? And what if it goes wrong? And I'm just like, we'll get through it. Okay, then. That's why today's Saturday. So I have the time to work on all of that. Also, by negativity, you can go out the door. You can be out there in the snow because we're not having that here.
Snow? You got snow for real?
Yeah, we get some snow. Yeah. It's melted a little, but it's
a little. Mm-hmm. It's stuck.
It's yes, we've had ice. It's not too bad, but basically by Thanksgiving, we're usually like covered in snow. So I love it. I love watching it.
That's
Like
nice.
this morning was just like chef's kiss. You got snow coming down. I got my candle lit. I'm listening to my lo-fi.
Okay, sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? We get it.
I got
Dang.
my Hello Gorgeous mug because little man is over here playing with my toes. Life is good.
Girl, he got a song in his heart.
He
Okay,
does.
he been singing
He
all
really
morning.
does. He really does respond to music, which is good because
Yeah.
I continue to learn more about him and what works for him, and we just gonna keep working with each other. That's how it's gonna be.
It's interesting. So you get to raise him, but then you get to raise yourself too,
True.
essentially.
That's true. And, my therapist talks a lot about living in memory. She also talks about the child within us. And I remember at work, we had we don't have a project management system yet. So a lot of our projects will just come through Gmail. And if you want to know what the latest is, you have to look at the email thread. Girl, it's janky. And you know what? The wonderful thing is I brought this up to my manager and he said, you're absolutely right. Can you recommend me a program? And, it's coming. It's coming. They're taking the steps. But until then, we looking at janky Gmail, trying to figure out what the latest status is of this brochure and where the edits are. And I
ain't heard of Asana. I'm just trying to figure out how long they've
that's
been
what
in
I said.
business and
Girl,
why
I
they
sent
don't
the
have
link to Asana and I said, here's the business page. Do you need a credit card or something? Because shit, I'll take a trial. That means that we can get more organized because this ain't working for me.
But you also need money for that. So
yeah, you do. You actually do. And they probably want like the enterprise level for us.
no, I don't mean to pay for Asana, to pay you for getting this stuff together. Why? Well, then what am I doing here? I need to have more control over what's happening in this company.
But I remember, so I got really excited with some writing that I got done, and I turned it in to everybody. Everybody was on this email, and so there was some confusion. It was like, oh, is it ready to review, or does the creative director still need to review it? Is it finalized? Can we slap it on a page and send it to the client? Let us know something. I was like, oh, no, I'm just super excited, but it still needs to be reviewed. And then the account manager came back and was like, well, okay, moving forward, have her review it first and then send it to everybody. And I was like, you know what? F you. You don't know my life. You don't know what I'm going through. I'm a single mom right now. And that was literally like the kid in me screaming that at my computer screen. And that was the moment where I had to say, you know what, Errol, turn off the laptop, go look at some kitty videos, come back and read the email again and let me know how you feel. So I did that. I come back, I read the email, and I'm like, well, actually, that's a pretty rational response. I mean, he's just asking that I have it reviewed first, and sounds like next time I should just slow down, or we get a project management system, which is in the works. So what am I worried about, Errol? Well, what's going on here? And I was like,
right, y'all ain't even got no system, and then you tell me to follow a procedure that you never gave me in the first place. So
right, that's right. And I love how I have moments like that, and I literally have a therapy session the same day. So it's like I was like, oh, this is fresh. I got a fresh one from my therapist.
Girl, look, guess what they did today at the job? Guess what?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I can't wait till my therapist. So when girl, we broke it down, and I was like, can you believe I actually thought to insult the account manager? And she was like, hurt people, Ariel. I said, ooh. So you're right. It's like, yeah, and you were probably like, oh, this guy's so stupid. What does he know? And I remember telling him, I said, but what? I love Aaron. Aaron is super sweet. I would never
call know Aaron. Have you ever met Aaron? You don't know Aaron.
So I'm like, where is that coming from? And she's like, well, that's how you're interpreting what's going on. Like,
yes, bring us into your therapy session, girl.
I'm telling you, she be dropping gems.
How'd you find her, by the way?
She was actually our couples therapist. So I feel like she has a lot of context. And I cannot tell you how much she congratulates me for getting rid of Janky Bear. Every time she was like, Errol, from the first therapy session that we had to where we are now, girl, you have done some growth. You like one of the villains on the Power Rangers. You get real big.
That's amazing.
It was like that. And I went with her. We had a different couples therapist. I remember the couples therapist telling my husband, she said, if you don't get together, you're going to lose your wife and your baby. And he was like, yeah, whatever. And look at him now.
Y'all won. Y'all won.
Wow. It's almost like someone had warned you, but But I went back to her though, because I felt that she actually had like a breakthrough session with my husband, because my husband would do this thing where he would say, make sure you lock this, or make sure you close the toilet seat lid, or the baby will drown in the toilet, which I'm like, I'm an adult too. And like, this is also my baby. Why are you worried about things like that? And she asked him, and all of a sudden, girl, he started crying. I was like, oh, look at this, my cheese bowl coming apart. Those are real lacrimas. I was like, look, why you crying? Then I remember asking the therapist.
Mama,
I
why
remember
you
asking
crying?
her. I was like, what did I do? And she said, see, that's the problem, Errol. It's not you. It's not you. The reason why he crying is for something, girl. Yes, you want to know it. Yes, it was.
Don't mind her. Don't clap for her either.
But no, it's true. There was so much blame that I put on myself. Do you know how hard it is for one person to try to manage a whole ass relationship? That's not gonna work. Like, the car is just gonna keep spinning around until finally I just realized, you know what, this is a you thing. It's not me. And I'm gonna go do me, and you can go cry about whatever traumatic stuff happened in your childhood over in your corner. Because I said, hey, let's do therapy, let's do this, let's do that. And he was steady on going, oh, I don't need therapy. I don't need that. Blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, well, go be macho over there. Go be macho over there. I'm going to be real with myself over here. And we'll see who gets custody. We'll see. The parent that's actually doing the work, or the one that's over there saying, I don't need to do the work. I'm good.
Okay, Errol, let's bring you back. All
right, bring you back. Throwing too much shade. Dark in here. Yeah.
Ooh, that is so
I'm
good.
gonna take a sip of water.
Yes, please. I've been having my tea, so catch up.
What kind of tea?
Actually, it's Linden.
Okay.
Linden. They do like a lot of different teas here.
Right.
Recap for everybody. This is Errol.
Hi.
Dope. She speaks 37 languages fluently.
Stop.
She's in Minnesota. She came to IBWTJ last year. She is a single mom now. She wasn't last year. And she did a few things to help herself. She got a coach, a business coach, a life coach, and she got a therapist. And she got rid of her husband. And she kept the baby. She currently, what are you doing again? Tell us again.
Yeah, so I currently work as a copywriter for a small marketing agency based in Minneapolis. And on the side, I do copywriting for purpose-driven businesses. Right now, I'm working with a small Black marketing agency as a freelancer. And so I get to write. Actually, now I actually write articles about building Black generational wealth. And it just feels like everything has come full circle. And it is wonderful to be able to write about something. It's such a privilege. And yeah. Absolutely.
2 sessions that stuck out to her last year were Jade's How to Earn Money Online and Travel with Your Child, and Adelia's FU Money. What is it, why you need it, and how to get it. And she's been blossoming, thriving. She has been getting her jush, and she came to share with us all of that goodness. Was there anything we didn't ask you about that you wanted to share with us?
No, that's been everything. Just therapy works, y'all. Therapy works when you do the work. I'll say that.
Okay.
You do the work, yeah.
Dope. Well, thank you so much, Errol. I really appreciate you coming through to share with us.
I don't know how much or like how to thank you. It was just it was fate. And it is like, it is amazing coming back here like a year later and seeing all the, I just like, wow. I thought I was going to be in that marriage forever, girl. I thought I was stuck, but nope. I feel so much more free, and I can't wait to meet more people and to come across more opportunities, because it's just amazing. And life has so much to offer when you let go of those janky people. It's the jankiness that's stopping you. That's right. Christian said, hey. Okay, mama, you got it. You got it.
Yvonne said, "Thanks, Errol. Your joy is palpable."
Oh, look! Oh, that's a big word. Look
Come
at
on,
you. Are you a
palpable.
writer?
Come on, tangible. Come on, sensory. Teresa said, "It's awesome to hear about your growth, and your spirit is infectious. Not you being a disease. I think we've had enough of those, haven't we? Sorry."
When's the next watch party for Insecure?
Girl, we've been doing not every week because I took a couple weeks off, but almost every week, every Saturday.
Okay.
Oh, are we supposed to do it today? I didn't. Oh, I guess
I gotta come to the next one. I gotta come. I'm trying to get
come.
back out there and just
Trying to get out in the streets again. Maybe do y'all want to do one tonight? Maybe we could do one tonight. It is Saturday.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be our day.
It's my wine
night. Be our day.
It's cold. I already went out and got some tea, so I'm gonna make my tea night. I'll make next week my wine night.
Not every other week.
It's cold, girl. It's cold. Oh yeah, I got French manicure. Y'all see this?
Let me see. Come
girl.
on. She's treating herself.
I did, and you know what? I do it every other month. Because every month is too much on the bank. But that's
come on, calculate it.
That's okay. That's all right. It's the best thing ever to just start doing those things and just and I know that it. Well, when I told my therapist about it, I thought that she would say like, "Yay, that's like this is so great." But she was like, "That's not where your worth comes from. You know, your nails, your hair, all that." I was like, "It doesn't." I was like,
I mean, India Reed told us that I am not my hair.
That's right. But I was like, you know, what's the point then? And she was like, well, you're worthy because you're a human being and you're here and God put you here.
But I could be a cute human being. God
exactly.
Your nails.
You know what she did say? She's like, you can be cute. But just remember on days where you can't go to the spa, that you're still worthy of love. I said, oh, thank you. Thank you. But I'm still going to go.
Yvonne says she can't come because she don't have an HBO. That's not how the watch party works, but you would know that if you had tried.
Oh my God, why are you throwing that?
I'm sorry, but you know, as a marketer, like you feel like you constantly putting yourself out there and people are constantly ignoring you.
You gotta have that sheet ready, the objections list, so you can read them all.
Yvonne, that's not how the watch party works. I send a link out, you come through, I got you. That's it. That's how it works. And it magically appears on your screen. Love you, girl. She said LOLOL. Yeah, Angela be coming through. I'll put the link in the. I guess we're gonna do this. I'll put the link in the Black Women Digital.
Yes, we're gonna do this. Hey!
All right.
I'm making burgers. Yes,
you said, come on, burgers and tea. I'm sorry, Yvonne. I'm not trying to put you out there. Yvonne is part of the official Nomad crew. She is a patron. She is a homegirl. Yvonne came to last year's event as well. We're going to have her on this YouTube channel next Saturday. So come and hear what Yvonne got to say. You can meet her. You can learn about her and all the dope things she has going on. She does come to everything else. She comes to co-working. She comes to whatever else we do. I can't think about all of this stuff right now.
Is Francine here?
She's not.
Okay. I remember Francine because she said she was going to China, right?
I don't know what happened. She's in Mexico the last
what?
Yeah, okay. So she's supposed to be, but I don't know what happened, and I'm sad about it.
Okay, so well I'm looking out for updates. I gotta get back on. It's Meta now, ain't it? It's not Facebook no more.
It's still. They just changed the parent company.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, not at all. We loved hearing. We love the openness. This is what we come here for. So thank you for being so open. Thank you for sharing your story and your transformation. It's really dope.
Yes, I feel like a butterfly.
And you're only going to get butterflyer.
Oh, okay.
Does that work?
More fly.
Is that a dad joke? Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Right? Don't try to use that either. No, you can use this one. in one of your subjects. I'm going to create an event in the Black Women Digital Nomad Entrepreneurs group for the Insecure Watch Party tonight. I did totally forget because I'm tired. Rosanna, I don't even want to. I'm gonna block her on my phone actually. And I will holla at y'all soon.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Errol.
Hey.
Thank you, everyone who came. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. And we will see you in the internet streets. Bye, y'all.
Bye.